Hello, basketball people, we have news. Let's go to more news about the Golden State Warriors. I ask you to give a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel, as I am a Warriors fan. The Warriors could upgrade their roster and bring in a big man from the Orlando Magic. It's being suggested that the Warriors trade Moses Moody for Jonathan Isaac from the Orlando Magic. The Golden State Warriors, looking to strengthen their defensive identity, could consider a significant three-team trade to acquire Jonathan Isaac from the Orlando Magic, as well as Jett Howard and Mo Gay. This mock trade proposal, suggested by Sports Illustrated's Rohan Raman, also includes the Atlanta Hawks. The trade aims to address the Warriors' need for size and defensive versatility, especially as they manage an aging roster. In this deal, the Warriors would send Moses Moody and Gue Santos to Orlando, while Atlanta would receive Goga Bitadze and a 2027 lottery-protected first-round pick. Standing at 6 feet 10 inches with a 7 feet 1 inch wingspan, Isaac, nicknamed the Minister of Defense, is an outstanding defensive player when healthy. Last season, he ranked in the 100th percentile among forwards with a 4.1% block percentage and a 2.4% steal percentage, demonstrating elite shot blocking and disruption capabilities. His 10.3% offensive rebound rate adds value to a Warriors team that has struggled with rebounding. Isaac's ability to guard multiple positions could alleviate some of the defensive pressure on Draymond Green, whose role as a small ball 5 is becoming increasingly demanding at 35 years old. Isaac's length and mobility fit well within Steve Kerr's system, providing additional insurance and versatility. Concerning injury history. Nonetheless, Isaac's injury history is a major concern. He has played over 70 games only twice in 6 seasons, with ongoing lower extremity issues limiting his availability. Since tearing his ACL in 2020, Isaac has played no more than 16 minutes per game. A promising note is that last season was the most games he played since 2019, and a role on the Warriors might see an increase in his minutes, particularly for defensive advantages. Having him alongside players like Butler and Green could create a formidable closing trio. Although his offensive game can be inconsistent, he shot just 25.8% from three-point range last season. His value as a slasher and a lockdown perimeter defender could earn him a crucial role on the Warriors. For the Orlando Magic, trading Isaac for younger talents like Moody and Santos aligns with their developmental timeline, although losing Isaac's elite defense may disrupt their defensive identity. The Atlanta Hawks would gain frontcourt depth through Bitadze and benefit from future flexibility with the draft pick, complementing Trae Young's playstyle. Low risk, high reward for Warriors. Acquiring Isaac could significantly improve the Warriors' defense, addressing key weaknesses in size and rebounding. However, his injury risks and offensive limitations present challenges for a contending team. If this trade is successful, it could mark a new chapter for the Warriors' dynasty by merging veteran experience with defensive potential. As the offseason progresses, the Warriors' pursuit of Isaac underscores their urgency to adapt in a competitive Western Conference. Stephen Curry sends message to brother Seth as Warriors rumors swirl. It has been a disappointing offseason thus far for the Golden State Warriors as they were expected to make multiple upgrades to their roster to compete for a championship next season behind their star trio of Stephen Curry, Draymond Green, and Jimmy Butler. Instead, Golden State has yet to make a move outside of the 2025 NBA Draft where they selected Alex Tui and Will Richard in the second round. Of course, the Warriors are still awaiting a decision by restricted free agent Jonathan Kuminga as he continues to mull his NBA future either in the Bay or with another franchise. While the Warriors have waited on Kuminga's decision, they have missed out on multiple free agent targets and they are quickly running out of options to bolster their roster entering next season. One player who has been linked to the Warriors is Seth Curry, Stephen's brother, and according to Warriors insider Anthony Slater, the two sides have mutual interest. Before Slater's report came out on Thursday, Stephen sent a message to his brother on social media regarding Seth's new podcast with Trevon Edwards, the Greatest of Their Era podcast. New episodes every Thursday. Y'all don't want to miss this one. Proud of you, brother, Stephen posted on X on Thursday. Of course, many players around the NBA have started their own podcasts, including Stephen's teammate in Green, and now Seth has started one as well. It is clear that Steven is excited for his brother's new podcast, but it has been outweighed by the potential pairing of the Curry brothers together in Golden State next season. For Seth, he would be a solid addition to the Warriors bench thanks to his great three-point shooting, and there is no doubt that the two would likely want to play together. Despite this, nothing is imminent as of yet, but expect the Warriors to continue to show interest in adding Seth in free agency this summer, and if that happens, expect Steven to be on his podcast quite a bit in the future. Golden State Warriors Jonathan Kuminga in absolutely no rush to sign a new deal. The Golden State Warriors are yet to make a move in NBA free agency, although they did lose Kevin Looney to the New Orleans Pelicans. Right now, it would appear the franchise's full attention is on resolving the current contract negotiations with Jonathan Kuminga. The former lottery pick is a restricted free agent this summer, but, to this point, neither he nor the Warriors has managed to reach an agreement on a new deal. According to a July 24 report from ESPN's Shams Charania, Kuminga is happy to remain patient and explore his options in free agency. Charania noted how right now, Kuminga isn't accepting the Warriors' current offers, although he is open to exploring his options, both with Golden State and other teams around the NBA. "I saw Jonathan Kuminga this morning at a workout in Miami," Charania said. "He's in good spirits. He had a good workout. He did tell me, though, that he is in absolutely no rush on doing a deal with the Warriors right now, and he's not accepting their current offers. To continue to explore options with his agent, Aaron Turner, whether that's continuing conversations with the Warriors, but also sign and trade options that are available to him in the marketplace." Kuminga has struggled to establish himself as a core member of Steve Kerr's rotation. As such, he's found himself in and out of the lineup throughout his tenure in the Bay Area. Therefore, it makes sense for Kuminga to take a cautious approach with his future, rather than quickly rushing to receive a pay rise on his next deal. In recent weeks, Kuminga has reportedly drawn interest from the Sacramento Kings, Phoenix Suns, and Chicago Bulls. However, given the base year compensation rule, a sign-and-trade deal may be difficult to pull off. Still, that won't stop teams from doing their due diligence, which in turn will likely keep the current standoff between Kuminga and the Warriors moving at a snail's pace. Warriors in standoff with Jonathan Kuminga amid refused offers, trade interest from Suns and Kings. Jonathan Kuminga is in no rush to accept Golden State's offers, with the Suns and Kings emerging as aggressive suitors for the 22-year-old forward. The standoff between Jonathan Kuminga and the Golden State Warriors has reached a new level. According to NBA insider Shams Charania, Kuminga is refusing to accept the Warriors' current offers and is actively exploring other options with his agent, including potential trades to teams offering a bigger role. Despite Golden State's desire to resolve the situation before finalizing other offseason moves, Kuminga is in no hurry to commit. "They have wanted to figure out his situation before making their other offseason moves," said Shams Charania on NBA Today. "Jonathan Kuminga told me that he is in absolutely no rush to deal with the Warriors right now, and he's not accepting their current offers." He added that he wants to continue to explore options with his agent, whether that's continuing conversations with the Warriors, but also in trade options that are available to them in the marketplace. The contract standoff with Kuminga has effectively frozen the Warriors' offseason strategy. As a restricted free agent this summer, Kuminga can, and seemingly has been, negotiate with other teams, but the Warriors have the right to match any offer he receives. At this point, Golden State has been unwilling to give him the contract he seeks, at least $25 million per year, but the Kings and Suns are teams that may be willing to meet his demands. The Phoenix Suns and the Sacramento Kings are two teams that have made concrete offers with the Warriors over the last week or so, Shams continued. They're two of the more aggressive teams. With Kuminga, they're also offering him an opportunity for significant minutes and a starting caliber role in their lineup. The Warriors do not want anything that is available to them being offered to them through sign-and trades. On the other hand, with Jonathan Kuminga, he is not ready to move forward with taking any of the current offers. Kuminga was drafted with the 7th overall pick in 2021. After a modest rookie season that ended with a championship ring, Kuminga gradually became a bigger part of the rotation, but never found consistency. Over the past few years, especially in the 2024-25 campaign, Kuminga has been subject to frequent DNPs, and his minutes have fluctuated wildly. The last straw was Golden State's reported lowball offer, which fell far short of Kuminga's expected $25 million per year target. With averages of 15.3 points, 4.6 rebounds, and 2.2 assists per game on 45.4% shooting last season, at just 22 years old, Kuminga knows he is capable of making a bigger impact, and the Kings or Suns would be the perfect opportunity for him. In Sacramento, Kuminga could help the Kings return to contention in the West alongside Domantas Sabonis, DeMar DeRozan, and Zach LaVine. At the very least, his presence would make things more interesting for a team with minimal expectations. The Suns may be the best team of all for Jonathan. While Kevin Durant and Bradley Beal are gone, they still have Devin Booker and a strong supporting cast, Jalen Green, Mark Williams, Dylan Brooks, and Grayson Allen, that can compete with the best in the West. The Suns, like the Kings, offer Kuminga the chance to play a much bigger role, but it's still a mystery where he'll end up. Wherever Kuminga goes, his message is loud and clear: he wants to be more than just a role player. After years of feeling underutilized in Golden State's motion-heavy offense, the 22-year-old forward is determined to secure a larger role and the payday that comes with it. Whether that happens in Sacramento, Phoenix, or somewhere else remains to be seen. But as long as Kuminga remains unsigned, the Warriors' off-season plans will remain stuck in limbo, and the pressure to resolve the situation will only continue to mount. Good to get it out of the way. Rodgers sees funny side after first Steelers pass intercepted. The Golden State Warriors will have a number of free agency signings to make once Jonathan Kuminga's future is resolved, with only 9 players currently contracted on the roster for next season. On top of the expected arrivals of veteran duo Al Horford and DeAnthony Melton, the Warriors could also be in line to reunite with Gary Payton II on a new deal, as the 32-year-old remains an unrestricted free agent. Would bringing Gary Payton II back be best for the Warriors? Monty Poole of NBC Sports Bay Area stated on Wednesday that Kevin Looney's departure to the New Orleans Pelicans on a 2-year, $16 million contract increases the chance of GPII coming back now. Perhaps the Warriors simply want to retain another familiar, experienced voice in the locker room, otherwise bringing Payton back may not be the wisest move to make from an on-court standpoint given the current roster. Payton did average 15 minutes last season and 16.4 during the playoffs, but his path to minutes has some significant hurdles going forward. Most significantly, the addition of Melton should serve as a major upgrade if the 27-year-old can return somewhere near his best. It's worth noting that in the 2 games Melton started for the Warriors early last season, Payton played less than 20 minutes combined. The upgrade in offense was and should again be noticeable, while Payton's value as a perimeter defender has diminished somewhat in the past 18 months. As far as guard options go, you've also got Stephen Curry and Brandon Podziemski, who will likely combine for around 60 minutes of playing time. Steve Kerr will also rely on Buddy Hield's shooting for extended periods, while Moses Moody and Jimmy Butler could slide down to the 2 if needed. This is not even factoring in the potential addition of Malcolm Brogdon, who the Warriors have been linked to over the last week, or 56th overall pick Will Richard, who could emerge as a rotation candidate after impressing in Summer League. Unless Kerr wants to regularly go to guard-heavy lineups, which will infuriate many fans, it's hard to see where Payton's minutes will come from. Would Golden State not be better served fortifying their front court depth, particularly when you consider the ages of Butler, Horford, and Draymond Green? Maybe it's a case of the Warriors not valuing the remaining front court free agency options, at least not in comparison to Payton's vibrant character and the cultural element he brings. Still, it might be a strange move and one that could come back to prove a mistake later down the track.